Hey everybody, hope you're having a lovely day. I have an important message today I want to share about manifesting and how to just visualize at your full potential and basically use the tools of visualizing and really bumping your manifestation to reality into the physical form. So, the first thing I wanted to talk about is you hear people saying, like, you need to visualize, you need to see your dream, you have to do all these practices, or you have to meditate or listen to visualization meditations, and you have to be able to see your manifestation before it comes to form. And as much as I agree with this, I think that there's lots of things within it that need to be explained. Because, first of all, I'm not a really visual person in my mind's eye. I'm not someone that can just like close my eyes and then like picture someone necessarily, or even myself that well. And I've done some shamanic courses and training, and there's different ways that people actually receive downloads and visualize and feel and create their realities, I believe. If it's tied to shamanism in the way that people do journeys, then I believe that we all are kind of unique in the way that we go about visualizing. So with shamanism, there's people that can just straight on go into a very vivid, dreamlike state, and they see everything, and everything's mostly just visually interpreted. But there's also people who don't really see anything, and they're more feelers, and they call them weavers. Or with Native American shamanism. I'm talking shamanism without the use of any like plant medicine. It's mostly just drumming and going into a meditative state. Just to clarify, there's a few different types of shamanism, but the type that I was learning and studying, it's basically just drumming into the trance state. So I know and I can speak on that. But basically, there are people who are weavers that don't visualize or see anything, and I would consider myself in that form. I do have visuals or visions sometimes, but they're not as common. And if I was to do shaman work, I wouldn't be the person that would just see everything as a crazy detailed journey. And so what I wanted to highlight is that you might think, oh, I can't visualize, I'll never be good at manifestation. But you really can visualize in other ways. It doesn't have to be just seeing, because we have so many different senses, and that's what this experience on the earth plane is all about, is being in these physical forms. And we're experiencing all the earth through our sight, our taste, our smell, our feel. And there's so much more when we get into visualizing and we incorporate the other senses. So say you're trying to visualize a dream job, and at first you're just like trying to picture in your head like people being nice to you, smiling to you at an office or whatever, but maybe you're just not able to put the picture together. Maybe you don't know if you want an office job or another job. So instead of visualizing in the typical way of trying to picture how everything is going to look, you can go into the ways of how it feels, like just feeling greeted by warm people and really like sinking into that energy. Or maybe you get hugs from people at work, or maybe you feel like your new job, everything's just going smoothly and the air smells good, you're working outside, or you can start to like play with the senses and really figure out what your amazing day. Or you can do this with love too. Like, you can do it with anything. You can do it with money, love, basically anything you want to manifest, you can break it down into the different senses and see if you can feel those ones more. Maybe you know that it's going to like smell really good because you're going to be working outside and fresh air, or maybe you know that like the love of your life, it's just going to feel really warm and fuzzy to you, or they're going to have a beautiful voice and you're going to be able to just sense hearing them sing to you or speak to you in a nice tone, or maybe you've always dreamed of someone having an accent. Like, you don't have to just visualize this person. You can have so many different elements to it. And I really think by using the other senses, your feelings come into play. And I believe the feeling part of what we're creating is the most important for us to manifest into the physical reality. Because as I've said in a previous video, I believe that manifesting is fully, we are already perfect manifestors. We're manifesting all the time, whether we like it or not. We don't have to be trying to do it because we actually already are. So it's more about just having awareness where these thoughts and where our dreams and where we're putting attention is going. And I guess with that being said, we don't have to do anything to manifest. Like, we're already doing that. But giving focus and attention to the areas of things that really excite us, or the things we're really wanting to call in, does help heighten those feelings and help call them in quicker. So I came on because I really think that I just see a lot of people, and I've heard a lot of people kind of saying the opposite, like, oh, I can't visualize. And I also felt like that for a long time, and I felt like I wasn't being able to do journeys properly, or like even when I did Reiki, when I did my Reiki training, a lot of the girls were having all these vivid, crazy journeys while they were performing Reiki, and I never had that, but I could feel the Reiki energy through me leaving my body, and I could sense stuff that I wasn't seeing, but I would just know that they had heartbreak, and I just like knew things that were going on in their body. And generally with Reiki, it doesn't matter if you know what's going on. The Reiki has its own consciousness, so it doesn't matter. But I like to think of manifestation in the same way, is that you really don't have to know everything. You can just know bits and pieces of what really excites you about the thing, and then sit and feel in those. And as long as they're good feeling thoughts and they're good emotions that are getting stirred up from whatever you're meditating with or sitting with, or taking time to put forth for your future, then you're going to have positive outcomes, because you're going to get more of that feeling. And you're going to be able to sink into that feeling more the more that you practice this. It might be kind of hard and awkward at first because you haven't done it before, so you have to use a lot of creative energy. But then when you go back to that happy place and you're like, oh yeah, like I can smell the cinnamon buns cooking, and whatever else makes you feel good, you can go right back into that dream world or that dream thing. Or maybe you're manifesting money and you can just sense like the feeling of freedom with traveling, and like wind going through your hair, or the warm air surrounding your body, or like that feeling, sensing ocean. Obviously you can see certain things in your mind's eye. Everyone has the ability, and these tools just get stronger as you work with them. And so I just wanted to come on and tell you guys, I know that you guys are going to be having breakthroughs thinking about it in this way, and just really putting forth more of your feeling and more of your senses into play. And I really hope that you guys all really like this. Let me know if it works for you, and if you can evoke some stronger emotions for your manifestations. And I would love to hear if you guys do manifest stuff. It's really uplifting when I get to hear about all the things that you guys are creating in your life. And yeah, I hope you have a lovely day.